Hey guys, this is Angela from the Chaotic Life of a Planner. So I wanted to try a different kind of video for you guys to see if you would like it. I'm filming a what's for dinner this week video. So I'm going to show you guys what we have each night. If there is a specific recipe that I follow, I will go ahead and link that in the description box. So please make sure to let me know if you like this kind of video. I've been binge watching what's for dinner videos on YouTube lately, so I thought maybe you guys would appreciate that too. It's given me some really great ideas as to what we can have for dinner, and sometimes it's been like, oh, I haven't thought about that, or we haven't had that in such a long time, I should make that for dinner. So without further ado, let's get to it. So tonight for dinner, I already put the chicken in the oven, but I just wanted to show you. This is the honey chipotle chicken breast fillets. I got this from Costco. This was my price, which was $3.59 a pound. Your price might be different if you live in the lower 48. And it's from Foster Farms, and this chicken is absolutely delicious. So the next thing I'm going to do is use this rice cooker. And this is the Miracle rice cooker and steamer. I use it often. I really like it because it doesn't have any nonstick coating in there. So I'm going to cook jasmine rice. I am probably going to do as many servings, which is 8, that this rice cooker can hold, because we're probably going to have rice for dinner tomorrow night. I can't open this one-handed. So I'm going to go ahead and just cook a big batch of rice, and then that way I have it ready for tomorrow's dinner. Next thing is I just got this air fryer. I think I'm having some technical difficulties with it. But if it works how it's supposed to, then I'm going to put some asparagus in here, and that's what we'll have to go with the chicken. So, change in plans. First, I took the asparagus out of the refrigerator, and it was kind of borderline, so we just decided not to eat it. And then I thought, oh, I'll just put this broccoli in the air fryer. Well, guess what? This is the second air fryer, and this one is doing the same thing as the first one, so I'm going to return that again. So what I decided to do was to just cut up this broccoli that I had, and I will roast it with olive oil and garlic salt. I'll just toss it, and then I'll stick it in the oven at probably 425 degrees for 15 minutes or so. So dinner is done. I did put some Parmesan cheese on top of the broccoli. So I have the roasted broccoli, the oven-baked chicken, and the giant amount of rice that will serve us for 2 dinners. So this was about 30 minutes, virtually no prep, and it's a nice healthy meal that I can serve my family. So I know I said that we were going to have honey bourbon chicken on Tuesday. However, we're not. I went grocery shopping, well, not necessarily grocery shopping. I went to Fred Meyer to get a couple of things that we needed, and time got away from us. So what we're actually having tonight is pizza grilled cheese sandwiches, and I have some pizza sauce left in this container from the last time I made pizza. So we're gonna dip it in that, and that's what we're gonna have. So what I'm doing is just putting a little bit of butter on the bread, just like you would do for any regular grilled cheese. But I am then going to sprinkle it with some garlic salt, which we have found gives like a really nice touch, a little bit of an additional flavor. You don't want to use too much or it gets super salty. I have medium cheddar and mozzarella cheese that I'm going to be using. And then I also have this sandwich size pepperoni, which is really good. So I'll put the medium cheddar on one side of the bread. Then I will put probably 4 or 5 slices of the pepperoni, and then I'll put the mozzarella on the other side, and then I will grill it. So I will show you what it looks like when I'm done. All right, there you have it. A grilled cheese pizza. Then you can just pair it with a side salad or even a cup of fruit if you're just looking for something quick. So there you go, guys. That's what we're having for dinner on Tuesday is the grilled cheese pizza with marinara sauce. Not every meal has to take a lot of time. It can still be something that's tasty and that your family will enjoy. So we'll come back tomorrow night and I'll show you guys what we're having on Wednesday. So today's Wednesday. We are having honey bourbon chicken for dinner using the Instant Pot. It's a super simple recipe. My entire family likes it. All you do is dump the ingredients into the Instant Pot, set it to cook, and you're done. So I'm gonna link that recipe for you guys down in the description box, and let's get to it. So I have my Instant Pot right here. I'm gonna turn it on to saute just so it can start to heat up. I'm gonna go ahead and add just a little bit of olive oil to the bottom of the pan. You can use vegetable oil, coconut oil, whatever kind of oil you decide to use whatever kind of oil your family typically uses. I'm just gonna dump in some onion that I've already chopped. I didn't have quite enough onion, but this recipe is very forgiving, so this will be fine. The next thing I'm gonna do is add some garlic. I just buy this already minced garlic. It's so much easier than mincing it myself, except it's very hard to open one-handed, so that should have been opened ahead of time. Okay, so I'm going to add my minced garlic. I like quite a bit of garlic, so I'm just gonna put a little more than called for in the recipe. I am gonna double this recipe just because we like to have leftovers. The next thing I'm gonna do is put in the chicken. So you can use a mixture of skinless, boneless chicken breast or thighs, or either. I've made it with just breasts and I've made it with just thighs. I like the combination of both boneless meats, but tonight what I have is thighs. I got these for super cheap, as you can see, which is a really good price for here in Alaska. So a double recipe would need about 3 pounds. And this is just under 3 pounds, but I think it's gonna be totally fine. So the next thing I'm going to add is the honey. So I buy like this big giant thing of honey from like our local food co-op. So a double recipe would be 2 cups of honey, but I'm not going to put that much in there because that is pretty sweet, so I think that 1 cup is going to be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and put my camera down while I scoop the honey out of this measuring cup. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to add is the ketchup, which if you're just making 1 batch of this, it only needs a cup of ketchup. I really like this recipe because it is just such a dump and go, and I really enjoy recipes like that. The next thing I'm adding is, it calls for soy sauce, and I use this liquid aminos right here. So it does call for a 1/2 cup. So I'm going to go ahead and double that to a cup. This is also a recipe that if you do once a month cooking, you could make several batches of this at one time, because all you'd have to do is take it out of the freezer and just dump it in your Instant Pot and you would be good to go. All right, it does call for some red pepper flakes. It says 1/4 of a tablespoon. I'm doubling it, so I'm gonna go ahead and just put about that much in there. I do like a little bit of heat in this dish. And then we're gonna go ahead and add in some salt and pepper. It's actually really difficult to do this one-handed, just so you guys know that. If I can even get this pepper open, which I cannot. Okay, here's some pepper. All right, that is all I have to do. So I'm going to put the top on, make sure that my vent is closed, and then I'm gonna set the timer. So let me cancel pressure cook. And it probably needs about I'm gonna say 20 minutes, probably 15, since it's just thighs and they are thawed. And that's it. So when this is done, I will show you what you have to do next. So this has been doing a slow release for the last 15 minutes. I am going to go ahead and just drape this towel over the top of my Instant Pot just to try and help collect some of the steam. Okay, so as soon as the little whatever valve has dropped, you can go ahead and open it. Watch out for the steam because it is hot, obviously. So that's what it looks like. What I'm gonna do now is just scoop out the chicken, and I'm gonna just set it on a plate right here. And then I'm going to shred the chicken with just a couple of forks, which, I mean, it's basically falling apart at this point, so that won't really be that big of a deal at all. It smells so good. Okay, so on the front of my Instant Pot, I'm going to push cancel, and then I'm going to push saute. If I can push it one-handed here. Here we go. So what I want is this mixture in here to come to a boil. And once it does, I'm just going to add this cornstarch water slurry that I'm making over here. It does call for, I don't know, couple tablespoons of cornstarch or whatever in the recipe, but I don't typically measure it. I just go ahead and do it. I'm gonna give you guys a little shot right here. So this is one of my golden doodles. She is currently debating about whether or not she should jump up on the refrigerator and try and get an ice cube. We have actually had to start locking. Oh, there you go. Isn't that fantastic? So, she just got herself an ice cube. Sometimes we lock the refrigerator out, so she can't do that. So you can see that the mixture in the Instant Pot has come to a boil. I'm just still mixing up my slurry right here. This is probably going to be good enough. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just dump this slurry. That probably will be good enough. We'll see. Usually it thickens. So there you go, guys. I shredded the chicken, added it back to the Instant Pot. I have this leftover rice that we made in the rice cooker on Monday. So we'll just heat that up in the microwave, serve this over the top of it. And then we have a giant watermelon that we bought today. So we'll probably just cut that up and have that on the side. Today is Thursday. We are here at the Botanical Gardens up at the University of Alaska Fairbanks to listen to some music in the garden. So I'm not cooking tonight. I'll show you what we got for dinner. Subway. Everybody got Subway. Music hasn't started yet, but it will pretty soon.
Well, I put my stuff down someplace where, but let's see where you put that.
So today is Friday. Forgive this big mess of a hair. We are camping. So I am cooking fajitas on the Blackstone. If you guys don't have a Blackstone, you need one. I'll show you what ours looks like here in just a minute. We have the 22-inch version that comes with a lid and a stand, as well as the hose to hook to a bigger propane tank. This came from Walmart. I can't remember how much we paid for it, maybe like $169 or $179, but it is definitely a good buy. I would recommend the 2 burners versus just the one that the 17-inch has. We love this thing. So I've got the meat and the vegetables on the Blackstone. So all I did was cut this chicken into strips, and then I marinated it in olive oil, lime juice, garlic, cumin, and chili powder, and then that's it. I've done it before with just lime juice and soy sauce, and that's really good too. And then I didn't do anything with these vegetables. I just drizzled them with some, I can't remember actually if it's olive oil or vegetable oil. It was what we already had in our camper, because as you can see, I'm cooking outside the camper. And then I'm going to throw, I've got rice cooking in the rice cooker inside the camper, so we will have that with the fajitas as well. So that is pretty much it. I hope you guys have enjoyed my week of what's for dinners. If you like this kind of content, then please do give this video a thumbs up. Drop me a comment. Let me know if you want me to do this again. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to my channel. And thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye!